So my uncle did ask. He said, "So, is we getting pretty close to eating some cake?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, I think so." 'Cause I ain't telling him the birthday was coming up.
she
Yeah, we're
just
gonna
say
have plenty
what
of.
kind of cake?
Yeah, he
Eating some
didn't either.
cake.
He just says we're gonna be getting close to eating some cake.
Eating
Yeah,
some
so
cake.
we are. Eat the cake,
Okay.
anime.
Eating some cake. Okay.
He didn't. He didn't specify.
Use that one for the blooper.
After I finish flirting with you, but yeah, okay, sexy. Let's get this show on the road. Looking all scrumptious today.
Funky.
Scrumptious. Meow.
Welcome back to another edition. Welcome back to another edition of Her Love and His Peace. I am your unhinged uncle, the spoiler, and with me is the lovely Miss
Yeah.
Yummy.
Hello, people.
Uh, and we talk about love, life, relationships, and everything else that bugs us in this modern time. And give you some backdrop, we're letting you in on our conversation and our thoughts that we generally have throughout our courting periods of what we do. And so we started the YouTube to kind of let you in on the secret of what we do and talk about in the relationship. Right. So that's kind of the background of why we started the channel. That and so I could be unhinged.
And that he is.
Yeah. So as always, sit back, relax. You got a comment, throw it in the comments section, and if it's worthy enough, we'll get back to you. Otherwise, we'll ignore you. Keep that shit moving. Well, we're here for the people. We're speaking for a generation of the boomer X's, right? The forgotten generation. Motherfuckers just toss us to the side like we just don't exist, right? I saw some shit today. They said the slacker generation. I was like, motherfucker, you fag. Ain't no slackers on our generation. That's the rest of you old clown ass motherfuckers. It's probably some old hating ass fag that wrote it, one of them motherfuckers. But at any rate, it is
It's,
what it is. People can write what they want.
see, and so now you have witnessed the unhinged portion just a little bit, not a lot, but you just got a little bit of the unhinged uncle.
Right.
You just went on a little rant, little fag. Get up.
Well, I'm tired of these cats. Um, I'm tired of these cats messing with my generation. We've been through some changes, and every generation is going to go through different struggles and different changes that the previous generation didn't have. You know,
Correct.
and and that's why we were talking about some of the stuff comparison wise to future generations and generations in the past is very unfair because times are unfair that way.
Mm-hmm.
So but that's neither here
I
nor there.
I
These
can
facts are going
sympathize.
back the fuck up off the boomer axis, damn it.
I
We putting our
get
foot
it.
down in this motherfucker before we get out of this bitch.
Yes,
All right.
we are putting our foot down. You are correct.
All right.
That
One of
we
the
are.
things I wanted to lead off on, again, it's the beginning of the new year for you folks that are on world time like that. it's important to make your health a priority as you're setting your goals and things for the new year. One of the problems that I ran into is the idea of what a workout is. And especially for those of us that are getting older. And
Mhm.
here's a real picture of the thing. You just don't feel like doing that shit no more. You know,
Mhm.
I used to be a gym rat back in the day, even had a full gym set up in my basement. But nowadays, doing those types of workout, one, there's some aches and pains of some old injuries, and
Mhm.
two, the mindset is different. I just don't feel it like that no more. So now there's a battle in mindset within myself between um, what I know I can do in working out and what I want to do in working out.
Mhm.
And so you're working out to maintain your health status, you know, make sure everything is working as best as it can. And
Correct.
working out helps that process. But
Mhm.
mentally, you just don't feel like doing it. So I had to adjust my mindset
Mhm.
as to what a workout really is to me at this age and at this point in life. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not looking to compete in any competitions or so, except for beating up on my great nephews.
Of course.
But other than that, eh, you know, so and that's exactly what I'm doing is
Mhm.
readjusting my mindset as to really what a workout looks like. You know, it doesn't mean for me going in and pounding a bunch of weights and running miles, walking miles, and all this other stuff. It
Mhm.
just really it means to keep moving on a daily basis with
Mhm.
some type of cardio, some measurable amount of cardio,
Mhm.
some minor strength and maintaining muscle, and then it's a more of a mobility, flexibility mindset versus back in the day, it used to be a muscle building type of mindset, right?
Right. Okay.
So in getting older, I have to change my mindset. No, this is what a workout looks like, you
Okay.
know. So there's no need for me to go buy, you know, a weight setup that I'm not even going to use like that.
Correct.
You know, a few loose pieces of free weights, and I'm at it. You know, so but for the gentlemen out there and the ladies out there getting older, it's okay, right? Your
Right.
uncle, cousin says it's okay for you to adjust your mindset as to what a workout looks like.
Correct.
Right.
Right.
Your benchmarks don't have to be the benchmarks you had when you were 20,
Correct.
you know.
You just want to keep moving to keep that flexibility and that mobility because once you start getting stiff and can't move, yeah, that ain't nothing nice.
Right. Right. And it's better to maintain health than to lose it and then try to regain health. When you're sick, there's nothing you can do but try to, you know, rebuild yourself. But if you can avoid it by maintaining health, you know, that's the best course of action, you know, to
Yeah.
take for your health.
Is there things you hate, or I won't say hate, or dislike about social media?
There are some things I dislike about social media, but
Okay.
there, I think social media as an overall is a good thing, but there's some things that are probably just built into it because of how they built social media to function that
Mm-hmm.
you can't necessarily get around wholly, you know. Uh, so that yeah, but overall, I have a good view of social media, but there are some things I dislike.
Yeah. Now let me tell you about me. and my feelings about social media.
Okay.
Now, like you say, there is some good things about social media. There is. Now, the good thing about social media that I like, you can keep in contact with your family that lives out of state, and you don't do a whole lot of talking on the telephone. Um, you can see their kids grow up, they can see your kids grow up if you're posting your kids. Not a lot of people post their kids because of safety reasons, and I'm like, okay, I get that because we have some strange people in the world. I want, or some different people, however you want to put it. So not everybody want to put their kids out there. I get it. But with that, you could also set up like a private page and it could just be all family to where you have to be either invited and somebody have to include you into that group. And you still may not want to post pictures, but like for example, my family has a family page on Facebook, and we post all the different family functions that's going on because like not everybody can make it to it. I want to say, was that last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. We had a birthday, they had a surprise birthday party for one of my cousins that everybody loves. And so because some family from out of town couldn't come, it was recorded, put on Facebook, so they got to see us celebrate him. Okay, so now let me give you the con. It's all these fake stories, and you got all these people, I guess, using this AI generated photos, and it's like, okay, you don't look that good. You ain't that skinny. Stop playing. Stop playing. And then you posting these pictures like, oh, that's me. That ain't you. Stop. Stop it right now.
I
Cause it's like,
I do not like the people I know using the fake photos because that's like, no, that ain't you, dude. Knock it off.
right. And
The other
it's okay.
people, it is what it is. I don't know the motherfucker, so it is what it is.
It's okay to have fun with them, but making them your profile picture, or when somebody say, "Oh, post a picture of yourself," and that's what you're using, either you gonna post who you are or just don't post at all. Either we going back to
No, no,
Master
no, no, no,
Yoda.
no, no,
Either
no,
you do or you don't.
no. Some of them people need enhanced pictures. I'm just saying.
Well, see,
Some of them need enhanced pictures. Now, if you're using enhanced pictures to catfish, fake date, and all that other stuff, okay, that's one thing. I got you, right? But
right.
some of them people need enhanced pictures.
See, I wasn't trying. I wasn't
I'm
gonna
just
judge
saying.
them. I'm not
I'm,
saying what people.
I just said some of those people need enhanced pictures. That's
uh,
all. That's the only thing I'm saying.
okay, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I'm not gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna just leave it at that. So, but now social media, I like the little video that AI be doing with the little kids, and but it's like, okay, enough is enough. Some of them they taking just way too
Yeah,
far.
some of the AI, what they call AI slop,
Hmm.
is is very yeah, special, and that's why they call it slop.
Okay.
My thing
Yeah.
is my thing is the enhanced stuff should be labeled. Anything that you're using um should be labeled, that's enhanced by AI. It should be labeled that way. So if if you're listening to AI music, right,
Hmm.
it should be labeled that it's AI music, right?
It should.
If it's AI enhanced photos, right? It should be
Uh-huh.
listed as AI enhanced photos,
Right.
right? It should be tagged that way, and that should be a standard or written standard, law standard, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That should be in there because the whole thing about that is people being able to distinguish. The lines are becoming more and more blurred as to distinguishing what's real and what's not. And then if
Mm-hmm.
they say, uh, well, if you're using a video and you just use some AI enhancements in it, again, it should say that. Now, if it's music videos and stuff like that, you expect it to be not real
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's a music video, right?
Yeah.
If
Right.
it's an AI song, it should be labeled an AI song because you don't know the difference between, right? It's becoming clear that the difference between that and a real person is being blurred
Mm-hmm.
because, as we've seen with some of the artists, there's actually a human that wrote the words, they just didn't sing it.
Right. Right.
Right. So that's a hybrid of the two. So you should know that.
Yeah.
you know
So
that should be part of the warning labels back in the day, the big warning label on there. It should be labeled that is AI enhanced. The premise of social media should be that it's not real.
okay.
Technically it's not a real place, like Dave Chappelle said. Twitter, what the fuck he give about Twitter for? It ain't like it's a real place.
Right.
you know so,
Yeah.
but I get it. There, like I said, there's things that just, yeah, I don't like that part about it. Social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah. And one of the last things is on social media, I guess this is just kind of like a, I don't even know what you really want to call it, because where you have people on social media, just say for example, I know you, and now you on social media and you're telling all these fictitious stories of how large you live in, but it's like me sitting here watching you like, that's not true. So it's like you, I guess you can't even really say that's social media. That's just the person that's being on social media. So
Yeah.
never mind.
Well, the person's living out their
Fantasy.
fantasy through social media, right?
Yeah.
And it only bothers me when you're using it to deceive people,
There you go. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to date and you say you're something that you're not, you
Yeah.
know, because now you say you're looking for a date, but you're not going to be genuine about who you are, you know,
Right.
or
Right.
you really trying to. Some of the stuff that's just not social media, but this media in general. I really want to sell you this car, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna take you down the road on all this other bullshit first.
Right.
You know,
Right.
let's cut through the bullshit. Let's get to the end of it.
It's yeah,
You
like you
know,
say, I'm gonna show you this spectacular car, this beautiful
right,
car, and then when you get there, it's a Hyundai.
right.
I'm
I
showing, yeah.
right. Well, and it's like some of the marketing stuff now. They, oh, you want to lose weight today and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Now you got to go through this video. Now you got to click this thing. Now you got to this, that, and the other. Now this, that, and the other. Oh, how old are you? Oh, what's your weight? What's your desired weight? How many weeks you looking to do it? Look, man, we getting down to it with what the fuck are we doing here?
Now see, that bothers me because it does do that. It's like you got supposed to be an ordinary person, like, oh, I tried this and this is what I do every morning to lose weight,
Mm-hmm.
and they just go on and go on and well, click the link below and listen to the story. I just listened to your story. Why I gotta listen to somebody else's story?
All right.
And then it's like at the end of the day, they want you to buy into something. It's like, why you can't just put the video? Either you're gonna give it to me free because it's supposed to be this free get skinny quick
Right.
scheme, or
Right.
they want you to buy into something. They always want you to buy into something. It's like, if you just come out and say, hey, if you try this, try these vitamins or try these pills or try this for 19.99 plus shipping and handling. Okay. So you ain't done wasted an hour and a half of my time going through all these videos
Right.
about and all these surveys of, okay, like you said, how old are you? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? How much do you want to lose? How how many times a week do you exercise? It's like, okay, if I exercise, then I wouldn't be trying to take your pills.
Right. Well, and it's amazing to me how those sales tactics, like you buying a timeshare, and have spread over to social media space.
Mhm,
You know, that's more annoying, than just the people being fake with their profiles and stuff like that. Is,
mhm.
all of the BS ads, like you in a timeshare or some garbage like that. They're like, man, get out of here with that.
Well, now I got a question for you. Okay, do you ever have like clothes you have clothes, shoes, or whatever? It's like, I know I got these, and I don't care. Cause, well, let me say, and you can't seem to ever find them ever again. Cause this is what happened to me. I had this one coat. Oh man, I would have needed that coat this year. I moved from one place to another place, from one house to another house. When I moved to my new house, I had that coat because I was using that coat when I would go out and shovel snow. To this day, I cannot find that coat no more. And I know I didn't give it away, but I can't find it. And I've been through all the closets in my house and I can't seem to find it. Where do you think that my coat may have went to?
It went with the other sock that was in the dryer.
I never put that coat in the dryer.
I'm just saying they met up somewhere and they hit it.
That is so, I don't, that is just so irritating to me because it's like, I got purses like that. It's like, okay, I know I had these purses when I moved in my house. I cannot find them nowhere. I'm like, where did they go?
You could be overlooking it.
Well, I'll probably, yeah,
You
no,
get a little frazzled when you're looking for stuff.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've experienced that. I do,
I
but
did.
I've been looking for this coat for years. I think and I don't know where it could be. I looked at all the places. I looked in the basement of my house. I looked in I even looked in the kids' closet, and it's not even in their closet. I don't know where my coat is at. But now it probably wouldn't be so good because I'd be having hot flashes, and I probably would just be them passed out in the snow. They'll probably think I'm making a snow angel, and I done passed out because that coat was warm. Coat was really warm. They don't make
Yeah,
coats like that no more. But anyway, I was
the
wondering if
coat,
that's
the
huh,
coat knew its time was up and hit it. Like, my work is done here. She gonna be going through the change in a minute, so I'm out.
really. I was far from changing when I lost that coat.
Hmm.
I'm crushed by it. But I do get a little frazzled when I can't find something.
Yeah,
It's I'm like that when it comes to money. I can like it could just be $1. I will start calculating like I spent this much here, this and it's like, okay, did I lose it? I can't stand to lose nothing.
I hear you. You know, especially when you know you had it already. You know,
Yeah. So
I
has that
get
ever
it.
happened to you?
Yeah, it has, but I'm kind of at the point in thing that I can't find this shit. Fuck it, I go buy another one. If it turn up, the motherfucker turn up. I ain't tripping on it.
What? You gotta help me with that, cause I'll be like, I'll be bent. I'll be bent for real. Can't sleep. Like, ooh,
You know,
maybe I
I
should
make
go.
so many bad purchases and just
Maybe,
be like, what the fuck am I doing?
maybe I should go to therapy.
Why
What
are
you
you
think?
here?
Huh?
You'd be like, why are you here? Because I lost my coat.
It's not
I,
just the coat. It's a lot of things that I can't seem to find. But and yeah, and
I
it's
don't know.
like,
Maybe you at that stage,
what stage is that?
when you can't remember shit. I'm just saying. We all hit different stages in life. Maybe you're at that stage.
It's, well,
I was trying to remember some shit from back in the day the other day. I was like, fuck it. I don't remember it. So fuck it. It's not important.
and that didn't bother you?
No, I don't give a
Oh,
fuck.
see, that would bother me. Even like with people's names, I'd be like, what is their name? And I can't. It's like I have to. I don't know. Maybe you can help me with that. You think you can help me with that?
I'm the wrong person to help you with because at the end of the day, if I don't remember this shit or some shit that I can't do nothing about, fuck it.
Uh,
Everything is fuck it. I ain't getting hung up on not a goddamn thing these days. Not a
well,
fucking thing.
I'm trying to learn what you always tell me. You gotta relax.
You gotta relax.
I'm trying. I'm
You gotta
trying.
relax. You know, at the end of the day, you gotta relax.
Mhm.
Right?
Okay.
That's all it is. You gotta relax. And it'll come to you like that. You're like, son of a bitch, that motherfucker.
Mhm.
Mhm. So
I'll
what'd
work
you
on
learn
that.
at church today?
Oh, I was just gonna start telling you about church. Church was very good today.
Okay.
Let me give you my notes. He gave us the gifts of motivation, and he made the statement that everybody possesses a gift. It just needs to be activated. You don't know what kind of gift it may be, but everybody possess some kind of gift. It just needs to be activated. What's that for?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just thinking.
These are the gifts of motivation he talked about. Prophecy, serving, teaching, exhortation, giving, leadership, and mercy.
So those are
Gifts of motivation.
gifts of motivation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, believe it or not, you have the gift of leadership. As much as you may not want to, you are a leader. You know that too, right?
Um, in some instances, yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And you have
I
the
don't
gift.
I don't consider that a gift. I think it's more out of necessity than anything. I don't think it's a gift. That's just me personally. Other people may see that as a gift only because they wish they have those kind of qualities sometime, right? I don't see it as a gift. I just see it out of as a thing that I do out of necessity,
Okay.
you know. So and then I don't I don't necessarily when you say a gift, right? My interpretation of I guess I shouldn't say well how I see gift. I see gift as something that really stands out. And it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. That's just the way I see it.
Hmm.
Right. Um, so I.
Well, with that in leadership, I think it can be a gift because not everybody has the gift to be a leader. I mean, or the ability to be a leader. Even though they're in the position to lead, they still don't know how to lead.
There's plenty of people that have been that way. I've known plenty of people that have been in leadership positions and they suck at it, you know.
Yeah, and so
And
that's why I guess it could be put as you got the gift to lead because you know how to lead compared to you having the position to lead, but you don't know how to lead.
mm-hmm. Well, and there's an old saying that there's a time when leaders lead and there's a time when leaders follow. You know,
Hmm.
you in order for you to lead, you gotta follow somebody to learn what good leadership is. You know,
Right.
so
But
at some
what
point, you know,
what happens when you got somebody that's done follow good leadership but still can't lead,
I
but
mean,
they in the position to lead?
well, in throughout history, you've had people put in positions of leading nations and organizations, and they've been supposedly groomed, but they've been put in these positions and they failed because again they got put in the position. They didn't earn the position, you
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
or like it is nowadays. I shouldn't say that. It's because all political organizations or all organizations at some point come to a point to where they have this dude as a sport spokesperson and everybody else behind the scenes is really running the show.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you know, and that's usually what happens with those that are put in position and they don't know what they're doing. They're just put in that position. They usually just become a face or a shield of the whatever the organization is, and the people behind the scenes is really making the things happen, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, and then so he kind of explained a little bit about the gift of mercy. It's like knowing how to, it's like when somebody comes to you and they need you to be a little sympathetic at that point. There, not everybody knows how to do that. So, like, say for example, I can come to you and I'm feeling some type of way. You are a very caring, sympathetic person. If I'm coming to you and I'm in tears, not
Yeah.
everybody knows how to do that. Some people just like, what's wrong with you? Why you crying and why you doing it? They just
Well,
don't
that's
know how to
that's what
do
I
that.
do. I'm a Gen X and be like, suck your shit up. What the fuck are we
No, you,
doing here?
no,
Knock
you
this shit
don't.
off.
No,
All
you
right,
don't.
too
No, you
old for that
don't.
goddamn shit. Let's go.
No, you. Oh, your natives. Oh my. Oh my God. I can't. I can't deal with you. I can't. No, I can't. Because that is not how you are. It'd
Be
be
like
like,
your mama. I gave you something to cry about.
it'd be like, woo, woo, woo. Oh, see, so no. Hey,
The
stop it.
so the whole premise. So his whole premise is trying to
Finding your
help you
gift.
find your purpose and finding your gift, right?
Yes. Yeah. He got more, but this is the set he's starting with. He's gonna go over some more Wednesday night in Bible study.
Well, I think he's got an important program going because it is when it comes to finding purpose, right?
Hmm. Right.
And some of the things you were talking about was read them again.
Prophecy.
Prophecy,
Survey.
right?
Yeah.
Prophecy. So now what did he say about prophecy?
Prophecy is like being able to foretell something that may take place. So it's like, just for example, you could see a person and you could see something that you're like, oh, that's gonna happen. And a lot of people won't believe you, but it's like they want to know, how do you know that's gonna happen? It's like you can't really explain it, but it's like you just got that, like, I can see this. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
so how does he explain that in helping you find your gift? You got to
um,
go down to the people that got the prophecies and tell the fortunes and stuff or
stop it.
whatever.
No, stop.
What?
You need to stop.
I know. I'm just
Stop.
asking.
Stop.
I'm asking how
Stop.
he's
No,
working away.
you're not
I'm
going to
not
see a
against it. I'm not against it. I'm just saying,
you're
how is
not
he
going to
telling?
see a fortune teller or a palm reader. We ain't going to see Cleo. You can't call
Um,
Cleo.
so the
Okay.
question is, how is he using prophecy
He
in
gave Bible
finding your
scripture.
gift? Okay.
He gave you to read. He gave us to read Proverbs 23 and 7. So
Okay.
you read that, and then that's where it should start opening up some understanding for you.
I think the concept of what uh, your pastor's doing is very timely,
Hmm.
very timely.
It's a good series. He's on the series. The beginning of it was actually just finding your gifts or finding your purpose. What is your purpose? And that's what he's really just trying to get down to. People finding their purpose and
Sure.
working within their purpose.
Being realistic about it, you can find purpose in anything, right?
Yeah.
So when I that was always a question for me. Why the
Yeah.
fuck am I here? Like said Guru said, the purpose of life is to live life, right?
Mhm.
That's the purpose of life. Now, finding your gift within that purpose of life, of living life, right? Yeah, it takes some things you whether you are like me, a signpost person, and you kind of stitch the story together to lead you to the purpose, or
Mhm.
whether you take a natural musical gift, or athletic gift, a theatrical gift, and follow purpose into that,
Mhm.
and I'll show you how that doesn't even mean that you're going to be some big star, this, that, and the other, right?
Mhm.
Through that, you may find your vehicle behind the scenes killing it, you know, really,
Mhm.
knocking it off. Trying things is part of finding that purpose. To me, if you don't try anything, you'll never find the purpose because you're
Mhm.
waiting on something to come hit you like a bus or some shit. You're
Mhm.
waiting for it to fall out the sky. No, you
Mhm.
got to try some things,
Yeah.
right? You got to be
Yeah.
willing to be open to the possibility, right? A lot of dreaming that goes into finding purpose. You
Mhm.
can dream in it and imagine it, right? That's kind of mind mapping and forecasting.
Mhm.
You can find purpose in that dream, in that daydream, or in that. But with that dream, you have to have what? Action.
Mhm.
You got to have action.
Mhm.
And in knowing that you got to have action to make that dream come true, you formulate what? A plan.
Mhm.
And then with your plan, the key is to make sure that you're being flexible yet rigid. And that's a
Okay.
hard balance to accomplish, being flexible but yet rigid.
Okay.
So when you're okay, I got this plan, this, that, and the other. Now when the stuff start not going your way, and this
Mm,
plan is not looking that hot,
mm,
right?
right.
Is it time to stay rigid on that plan,
Mm-hmm.
or is it time to flex a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that balancing that out, when to flex and when to stay the course, is something to master, right? It can be
Mm-hmm.
the it can be the catalyst of success or failure in a lot of cases. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
flex at the right time, or they were too rigid at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
All those things, and of course hard work and a little bit of fucking luck. Sometimes you're just lucky, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like the cat. This one cat was saying, you only got to be right once.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is that one time to be right and make the most of it, and it can change your life. You
Right.
know,
That's true.
the thing about purpose or finding your gift or whatever, like you said, it was a leadership is a gift. No, I just never looked at it like that. No, I just looked at it as something I did out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
And then in travels and trying to find out why the fuck am I here? Because
Mm-hmm.
I fucked the doctor up. He asked me about why I didn't have kids. Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I told him, hell, I don't want to be here. What the fuck I want to bring somebody else here for to suffer with me? So knowing that wasn't purpose for me to
Mm-hmm.
keep this thing lineage, people get into keeping lineages going. They got 20,000 kids and trying to keep some.
Right.
That's not my thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not my purpose for being here in life, right?
Okay.
So finding purpose and just doing things along the way. I listened to the signposts all led me to what was purpose at the time, which is being on the police department.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing about purpose. Yeah, I did recognize it when I got there and have the thought process of following the steps to getting there and the understanding that I'm supposed to be there at that time,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Don't mean that I was going to enjoy it.
True. True.
Right? Don't mean
True.
it was a party and a pot of rainbows in gold at the end of the rainbow.
Right.
It didn't mean all that, even though I knew I was supposed to be there doing what I was supposed to be doing at that time. Right. So I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
woulda, coulda, shoulda person. There's no regrets in it, none of that, because I know
Mm-hmm.
that was purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But now here's the other thing about purpose, right? That purpose shifted when the end of that campaign came to be.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can continue with doing other things and this, that, and the other. And like you said, the leadership part never leaves. It's just part of the DNA of who I am. Right.
Exactly.
But the purpose has shifted.
The purpose have shifted, but your gift of
Right.
leadership hasn't. You will
Right.
always be a leader,
Right.
regardless of
So
where
there's
you
the
may go in life. Mm-hmm.
right. So there's the gift,
Mm-hmm.
and now the purpose was the educational backdrop for one part,
Mm-hmm.
and now it continues on to this part. And so
Mm-hmm.
one can ask, how do you know that? Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, with my age, with my time in and seeing things in life and understanding who I am as a person, right? And how I
Mm-hmm.
work as a person, now that drive that I had early on to do X, Y, and Z, build X, Y, and Z, do X, Y, and Z is now pulled into what I'm doing here now. When I asked the question, if you knew your life was going to end in 5 years, what would you do between now and then.
Mm-hmm.
So you know life is going to end in 5. What would you do from now to then?
Okay.
Purpose for me stays on this course.
Okay.
It doesn't all of a sudden, oh man, I'm gonna die in 5 years. Well, let me go over here and do this. I'm driven right on doing what I'm doing. That's purpose for me right now. The
Okay.
key is staying flexible, but yet rigid. But
Right.
now, for anybody that listens to that question, and if they are saying, "Well, I would do X, Y, and Z if
Mm-hmm.
life was going to end in 5 years." My question is, if those things are so important that you would all of a sudden switch gears to make sure those things are done within those 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
why aren't you doing those now?
Right.
Because truly, those things are the purpose. Because you
Right.
know you need to get these things done within 5 years because you're gonna die. And all of a
Right.
sudden, these things got pushed up as a priority now. Oh, I know I'm gonna die. I gotta get this shit done.
Right.
Right. So then the
Right.
question is, that's so now you've identified that as purpose.
Yes.
Why aren't you doing them now?
Correct. And why would you have to have that over your head that you're dying in 5 years to do it? It's like
Right.
you're supposed to be doing this anyway. Why does that have to be the catalyst that drives you to getting it done?
Right. And there's a lot of people that miss their purpose because they're all busy doing shit they ain't supposed to be fucking with in the first place.
Because
Right.
they think they have
And
all the time in the world.
exactly. And they've already identified that these things are pretty important things in life that they want to get done. You know, it's like the bucket list people. I'm not one of those people, but you have these bucket list people, you know, they're hurrying up trying to accomplish this thing. And what they do, they got a bucket list. A lot of them have plans
Mm-hmm.
on how to get them achieved, time frames on
Mm-hmm.
when they'd like to achieve them by, in those kind of thoughts. There's another group of people that have wishes on the bucket list, but no plan to achieve the bucket list.
Right.
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 So that those kind of things is what leads you into purpose. I applaud your church for going in that direction and helping people. But always remember, you may find purpose in whatever you do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to enjoy it.
That is
That's
correct.
that's the
Because
one fantasy about things that people are like, oh well, you do what you love. Everybody's not going to be able to do what you love. If you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life.
that's not true either.
Well, my thing is everybody's not going to have the ability to have the dream business, do the dream job. Dream job? How the fuck is this dream job? In
Mhm.
reality, I was not born to be somebody's fucking labor force.
Doing your purpose is not going to be something easy. It's not, it's going to involve a lot of work.
Right,
It may not, it's not going to always be something you enjoy, but that's
right,
your purpose, so you got to do it.
right. And like I said, you'll know when you get there. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be
Yeah,
doing
you,
this.
that's just like, just say if you got the people that work at the hospital that's taking care of people. They feel that's their purpose, but how enjoyable is it cleaning up behind a grown person that can't do it? I mean, that person can't do it for themselves, but it's like, okay, this is my purpose to be here to help people, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not liking the fact that
Right.
I'm, you know, I'm cleaning up behind another grown person,
Well, and that
so
that purpose may not lead to the golden watch of retirement back, it may be only for a couple years and then, it's on for you to move to the next thing. But sometimes those things are so that job that I work, not only was there a purpose in there for me, but there's
mhm,
another component of it as being educational that I look at.
Okay.
right? That sets me up for everything moving forward.
Okay.
So that's why I don't never look at things as a woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's just things are educational. And at that time, I served my community. That's purpose. You
Mm.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So, but like I said, everything ain't glamour. Recently, I've looked in the news here, and this news article I'm looking at, the layoffs are piling up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and
I
they
haven't looked
talk
at the
about,
news, but yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead.
so they're talking about a number of companies here who are been laying off people from the latter part of last year into this year, and some big names are on here. Uh, Amazon with 14,000 workers,
Oh, wow.
right? UPS up to 30,000 jobs this year.
Wow.
Tyson Foods closing a plant with 3,200 people in Nebraska.
Mm-mm.
And that town in Nebraska has only got a population of 11,000.
Wow.
HP is laying off 4,000 to 6,000 people. Verizon began laying off 13,000 people in November. Nestle chocolate or Nestle brand, they're cutting
Mm-hmm.
16,000 jobs globally. Intel, it didn't give their numbers, but they got a 15% reduction in their workforce.
Wow.
Procter Gamble is cutting 7,000. Microsoft is cutting 6,000 to 9,000. GM 1,700. Paramount 1,000. Target 1,800 corporate workers.
Mm-mm.
AT&T, right? And the list goes on. So the question is is this the start of the big massive layoff because of AI? I think not, because I think these fuckers have these layoffs rotationally planned as the economy goes up and down. They were talking about how economic factors and Trump's tariffs were digging into making these things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is, you have an economy with the other article that I sent you about the uh, generation that's depending on their parents because wages are low, inflation is high,
Right.
everything
Right.
is super expensive.
Yes.
And what I didn't like was the comparison through the generation, like one was better than the other. No, all of them have separate
Struggle.
generational things going on.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Correct.
You know, and I don't know how these kids are going to keep pace with this, a $500,000 minimum medium house price, and cars is 30, $40,000 for a piece of shit Kia, and you
Well,
know,
they want almost that much for the used versions of it. So if you trying
right,
to get something brand new, that's like
right,
it's like you make a decision. Am I gonna get somewhere to live or I'm gonna live
right,
in my vehicle? Because the way they starting to make things, it's gonna be hard for these younger people to do either or.
right,
Because they
and,
ain't
and
gonna be able
it's
to do both.
it's not a structure of where they they are just being lazy on things. This is a different type of economy, different
Yes.
type of animal. So to say back in my day we did X, Y, and Z, that was a different thing now. That's a different type of economy now. It ain't that type of economy. So that shit ain't gonna work. They're gonna have to maneuver in a whole different way. You know,
Correct.
unfortunately, a lot of them are relying on their parents
Mm-hmm.
who had a different economic situation, and they do have the ability to kind of help out a little bit. You know,
A little
is this
bit.
good for the long term? I don't know if it's good for the long term because there's going to be such a dramatic shift coming down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say? You know,
Yeah,
and these kids ain't got no control over that, no ways.
they don't. But the thing that with that seems mind-boggling is how you got so many of these companies that's laying off, but then some of them still are saying that they're hiring. How are
Right.
you hiring, but you steady cutting people? It just boggles the mind. It's like
Well, and
that's not
and
making
like
no
this
sense.
this report is across all sectors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not just one sector. It's companies across all sectors that's hiring.
Mm,
That's laying
this
people off, I should say.
correct. It ain't just like
So
no one entity
exactly.
of,
And regardless of what they're talking about, this is
hmm
not the cause of AI.
it's not.
No. These motherfuckers was doing this shit before the AI thing became a thing.
Right, because you said you one of the companies you said was UPS. They ain't spent the money on making robots to load these trucks up. So it's
No,
like,
that
come on.
that the software that they're using is all more white collar accounting things, and a lot of these companies, Amazon included, most of those things were more white collar layoffs than anything else. But now,
Mm.
where do those people go now?
Exactly.
So maybe the big readjustment is on its way here. We're in the start of the big readjustment uh,
Mm.
of how things are going to be coming down the line.